Right, so, I have skipped a little bit ahead since the previous stream, where China fell, and basically all the axes except India fell. And I took some time with, the Japan surrendered in May of this year, 1950, so we went forward a few months, we got some Marines down here that did the landing. Which Christmas? Good question. But yeah, we will be declaring war. Well, actually, we won't be declaring war quite yet, but we will be declaring war later today. Because I've done a bit of testing, and now that Axis have fallen and all that, the Allies will try to... Or wait, basically, the United States will be declaring wars on basically everyone that is non-aligned except me, Haiti, and Switzerland. At least in my previous tests. But yeah, we will... Actually, let's just unpause. We've gotten the army in southern Italy already set up. I've already also decided to cancel the military access with USA. Now that we're not at war, they don't technically need it. But yeah, they are not at war with anyone right now. They're still giving Lend-Lease to France for undetermined time. I've brought in a lot of the planes already into Europe, but there's going to be a lot of micro interplanes at the first weeks of the war, once it happens. But what we're going to do is we're going to let the... No, right. I believe... No, Iran has not gained their independence yet, but they will soon. The Philippines gained their independence. Did they... Okay, Bhutan and Nepal have not gained their independence yet. But yeah, Philippines are now a thing. Congratulations to them. And then... Oh, actually, did the... Yeah, we got the boats in here, so let's go ahead and get these troops back into China, if possible. Let's get them to Guangzhou first. I'll just rebase there. These are fairly quick, so I expect them to be able to reach at least most of the way in there before the war, or before we start our wars. Which is probably going to be around 22nd or 23rd of August for all we know. Or at least in the previous test, it's been around there. We've got a ton of infrastructure. Let's have a look at if there's anything else in here. Well, there's some other constructions, but not like any wars yet. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it is going to take a few more days before they start doing that, but regardless. Oh, right, and we got a bit of a land combat over here against some partisans. We could technically move in the light infantry from here. We'll move one into Nanning. And the rest of these can move along the coast, more or less, I think. Mountaineers will get on to the mountains, so we'll be... Actually, is Xi'an part of the Allies? They are, okay. They're not a puppet, interesting. Huh. Right, so you're gonna go... You should actually stay in Kunming, I think. And then that was gonna go into... Well, you know what? We'll have an infantry division going to Kunming. So this is part of Taz's army. So Taz's army is not going to be going south fully yet. It's just going to be part of it. Esmasa's army, it's spread out quite thin, I would say, right now. Of course, they're going to be taking care of Hong Kong, and Macau, and Xinjiang, and the... hold on. What was that island's name? Is it... Hainan, I believe? Or do we need to conquer to nuke Washington? I wonder... There's the Azores. They're down here, aren't they? So how long of a distance is it? Oh, Azores? Why is it owned by... Okay, it was probably given to United States for the war or something, I don't know. So how long if... No, that's too far away. I think we need to get to like Bermuda or something. That would probably be close enough to nuke Washington. It would be. We'd have to use our jet bombers to do that, but like, it's a possibility. Or if we just go into like Newfoundland or something like that, is that? Oh right, so there isn't a land connection between Newfoundland and the mainland. So if we can get some planes over here, I suspect that it might just about be close enough, or at least we could drop some bombs into New York or Philadelphia or something like that. We do have a total of 10 nukes right now. We're not going to use them at the start of the war, I don't think. Once we want to kind of make sure that a nation surrenders is when we'll drop those in. We'll drop in a bit more tanks over there. And do we have any more? Oh, right. I did give the orders for rest of Stansman's army to get in here to the front line. Now, right now, there's quite a bit of troops on the Maginot Line. So what we're going to wait is once the war starts against the non-aligned nations, we'll wait for like at least some hours for the troops to get out of the way, so that once we declare our war, we can just march into the fortifications, at least some of the fortifications, because that's going to make our life a lot easier. And then we got quite a bit of troops in here. Oh, right. Did I? Yeah, I did give an order for this one. We got a lot of troops in here, and we simply do not have the troops to guard the entire border, but luckily our troops are a lot better than the Portuguese ones. So we should be able to... Oh, right, hold on, where are you operating from? Well, you don't necessarily need to do air superiority, that's for sure. Oh, all the way from there, okay. Right, we got a fair bit of wings there, we got some wings over here as well. Don't have a lot of fuel there right now because we just moved in a ton of planes into there. It's going to take a few days for it to kind of reshuffle around. Now we're going to be pulling a lot of the troops out of Iran for now. Ooh, actually, I believe we need to pull these out of the Iran as well. Let's redeploy them so we can make sure that they get into operational positions or good operational positions quickly enough. But basically, pretty much all of Alexander's army needs to move. Oh, and these, are these going to be in... Yeah, those are going to be part of it. Or within Iran's territory, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be the border, isn't it? Yep. Alright. Let's get the troops out of the way. And then we... Oh, there we go. I knew that would happen. So, hence I gave the orders to move the troops a little bit sooner. Unfortunately, that takes away a larger, like a highway in here that I built. But we'll just have to retake it, that's all. Right, so Iran declare independence. Is Iran part of the Allies now? They are, and Abyssinia is also part of the Allies. And Siam, okay, and then it's just the nations that have been there forever. Are you a puppet? No. Just have a truce with the UK. Alright. Man, Siam actually got a lot of territory here, didn't it? Impressive. Right. So yeah, that's going to be moving out of the way. Hopefully they'll just shuffle that out of the island, although I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case or not. Okay, there we go. That was a ton of infrastructure again, I think. Well, it was some infrastructure. Just double checking, is there... No, there's still not a war. We're gonna be probably checking that almost daily, because I know that it is gonna happen sooner or later. And I'd rather know when it happens. Although I believe I did set up the notification setting, so that it should give us a pop-up when they declare war, but I'm not entirely sure if it will have saved the settings or not. But honestly, I'm actually a bit surprised how much troops the Luxembourg has in here. Like it's there's 9 garrisons, 4 infantry battalions, 5 infantry brigades, 5 light infantry brigades, a ton of support units. So yeah, it's actually surprisingly tough to fight that. So I'm just going to let the French do the fighting there, and while they keep their troops busy, I'm just going to go around them basically. Looks like we are using a fair bit of fuel though, so that might... Oh, and we need a lot more reinforcements. Well, let's take care of those first. And yeah, we got a lot of planes in here and here. Well, we don't have any fighters over there, which is a bit of a problem. We do have a lot more over there and there and there. Also, didn't I... Yeah, Wilhelmshaven got a little bit as well. We got some heavy bombers in Hamburg, but I don't know if we'll be able to bomb anything in UK for a long while. Although actually we don't really need to, like if we just drop in some nukes we might make them surrender, kind of oh wow, they got a unity of 100%. Right, so that might require 2 nukes. But like if we just make them surrender, then that would be fine by me. Oh, there we go, that was another rebellion that we just took care of. Right, let's double check the relations from USA. We got truce with Philippines. And basically nothing else. I have also did a bit of a tweaking with the laws in here. So basically went to volunteer army. We're currently at 2-year draft. I was thinking about maybe lowering that to 1 year, but I think that might be a bit of an overkill. We are still gaining over 200 manpower per month though, so it's not that bad. And we have over 3,000 IC, which is probably more than half of the world combined. Or it's like probably around 40 to 50% of the total IC. I think Africa and India nuclear will surrender then? Probably. And especially, oh, actually that reminds me. If we are going to be focusing on India, we might want to send in a little bit of troops, especially like take at least 1 tank corps to go into Tashkent to help Unsung push, and we might send in another one. I mean, we might even send the entire army soon, but let's send in another infantry corps as well, down that way. Because Unsung is currently the only army going to India directly. I mean, Taz's troops will also help there, but they are going to be spread rather thin at that point, I reckon. So, you know, just get them a little bit closer. Destroy escort role has been researched. So how much do we have extra research? Well, actually not that much. We've got a ton of officers being recruited though. We've got almost 1.2 million officers. That might be a slight overkill, I do admit. Right, so these are still trying to move away from the area there, which is probably going to take a lot longer than I thought. At least we got some troops over here. You know what? We'll just give a bit of order. You know what? We don't even need to give the orders. We'll just take that, that, and that as soon as we are ready. We've got these in position, these in position. These have at least moved out of the way. There's some French, well, technically British troops in Syria over here that we will have to deal with. Although, I don't know how many of them will actually stay there. I'm pretty sure that tomorrow is when they start declaring the wars. And then all hell is let loose, essentially. I did send in... Yeah, I did send in 2 more corps down here. We already have some of the tank... Oh, bollocks. I just realised we have divisions with our commanders here. Also, we've got the garrison there, but the garrison is fine. This one is going to get a commander. I've been trying to take away commanders from like divisions that are not going to be frontline, like garrisons, cavalry, and that sort of stuff. But like, if and when we get another army, we need to start figuring out or prioritizing probably just the core commanders and that sort of stuff. Canada's offering to buy our license, but at this stage I'm going to say no, because the war is about to start. Once again, just double checking that USA hasn't declared any wars yet. Nope. They will soon enough. And they will probably have to go on speed 1, because we're going to be fighting on essentially 5 different fronts. And it's going to get rather tricky to kind of deal with. Where are our ships, by the way? All the troops transport. Have they gotten all the way to... No, but they're right next to it. Okay, good. They could actually just go ahead and... What is this? Where's the Marine Corps command? Oh, right, it's down here. And it's... Oh, right, yeah, Ozobi's army is over there. Right, let's just bring in the Corps commander over here, and we can move in some of the Marines to help in taking out Hong Kong. Because if we can take that quickly, then that is, again, going to be a... there's a rebellion over here in... Actually, not that far from Finland. Yeah, we got... Actually, we got units closer. We'll take this one. And I suppose we should still have the... Yeah, we got some bombers in Moscow, not necessarily well supplied. We'll just do a quick ground attack there. Fighting all continents except America. We're not fighting on Africa yet either. We will be, just not immediately. But like Europe, Asia, and well, Europe and Asia, I suppose, mostly at the same time. But like, there's the Iberian front, which I suppose is technically 2 different fronts. There's one against the Portuguese and another one against the French. And then there's the Italian front for French and another one for Sicily. Then we got the front from Germany towards the Benelux and France, which I would say it's just one front. Then we got another front in the Middle East, stretching from the Mediterranean to Caspian. Then we've got another front against in the Middle East to Eastern Persia and Afghanistan. And then we've got one into Indochina, and a little bit in China as well, I suppose. But yeah, we got a lot of fronts to deal with. Just double checking, you still haven't... No. Right, we should be seeing the war declaration soon, though. I think it takes a... like 8 days from the peace deal or something. Which technically is already full. But yeah, we're just currently waiting. Shouldn't be waiting all that long. Oh, there we go, doing the bombing run on the militias there. Let's just kind of try to get rid of them so that we don't need to worry about them capturing more lands there. I'm pretty sure that they won't be able to reach anyway, but I just must be expediting things a little bit. Right, we got a fair bit of IC bonuses right now, which I don't mind one bit. There's actually... Did they actually declare the wars already? No, they didn't. Odd. Okay, so it was at least twice they have declared the wars. If they're not gonna do that this time, we might have a bit of a problem. I mean, it gives a little bit more time to prepare, I suppose, that's all. I mean, one way or another, we can probably do a war against Portugal, for example. Influenced by USA, but they're not part of the Allies, or nor are they guaranteed. So we could do that war, real quick. Although this northern front is going to be a bit of a mess, but like if we can just get through in the south and just start pushing north, it should be fine. We don't actually have that many troops to guard the coastline afterwards, but that is not really a problem. So you know what? We'll wait until tomorrow. If the Allies don't start declaring the wars, then we'll just go ahead and declare war on Portugal first. Start dealing with them. We're not gonna... One of the nations... Oh, there's at least two nations that we're not gonna declare wars on. Switzerland and Tibet. Mostly because we don't really have troops against either one of them set up, so there's no point in declaring the wars. We just lose a lot of territory to them. There we go. Another victory at Kunming. Oh, right, because that was helped by the rebellion. Then it meant that when the unit was shattered, it reappeared here. Right. There's already 24th. Yeah, no, there's no war declaration. Well, I'll declare wars. Well, it's just the usual. It worked in my test game. Right, I suppose I could... Trans-Siberian Railway when... we do actually have, well, I suppose we could show the infrastructure, but we do have pretty darn good infrastructure in here. Goes all the way through into Vladivostok. Well, actually, no, it doesn't go all the way through to Vladivostok yet, but it does go all the way through to, like, Korea, and we're working on the Chinese infrastructure quite a lot as well. So we do already have the railway in there, basically. Oh, there's actually... Oh! We can't allow that one. Oh, that wasn't the correct one either. Whoops. Also, I've been building up a lot of police centers in here. Which actually, why is there none over here? 3 might be a bit of an overkill, but yeah. Building up a lot of police centers, so that's going to reduce the unrest in the provinces themselves, just to keep the supply lines a little bit cleaner of the rebellions. Right, so now France is bringing more troops down south. I wonder if they're going to be declaring war on me or not. Probably not, let's be honest. Bit of a support attack there. That one's going to mostly defend right now. We could maybe attack... Oh, right, we've got heavy tanks in here on some of the mechanized troops, so that is going to make quite a difference in these attacks. With the armored engineers as well. Come on, just punch through. Oh, and Macau, of course, we could deal with that one already. You know what, you're just going to give support attack, and the infantry can move into the city itself. We've got more troops on the... oh, around Hong Kong already. And the battle in Macau is... oh, wow. That garrison didn't last very long, did it? We took 0 casualties in that. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Right, so just double checking. Yeah, no, they're still not at war, anyone. It's odd. Thought they'd be going for the war declaration, but I suppose not. I suppose it's also a little bit random on what the AI does at times. And sometimes it just doesn't roll for the things that you think. Oh, there we go. We just have to wait a couple more days. So, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Portugal, Spanish Republic, Saudi Arabia, Tibet, Ecuador, Uruguay, Venezuela. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of wars. Which means that now we can start declaring wars on those nations as well, without getting into trouble. Although, I'm just going to wait a few... I'm just going to wait until tomorrow, at least, before we start declaring all the wars. But so it begins. There we go, there's a lot of pillboxes completed. A little bit less reinforcement required. Right. So, I'm going to wait until noon. Then we're going to declare the wars. And it's going to be on the Allies. And at least the Benelux. Already declared war on Portugal. I'm not entirely sure who else I'm going to be declaring the war on. But I'm sure that we'll figure out some options for sure. We've got pretty strong defenses now over here, although some of these infantry are not really in a good shape yet. But we also got pretty good coastal defenses in here, at least we are increasing them over time as well. Let's see, so we got battles in Tavira. Oh, that's... oh, wow. Portugal was not prepared for this. At least some of their troops were not. Right, so breaking through there, you could maybe attack that one. It's just gonna stay in the port for now. 2 more hours, and then all hell is let loose. There we go. So just in case, I'm going to do a quick save here. In case everything goes to rubbish, and we can kind of try to salvage it at least. Right, so let's start with the French. Declare war. Conquer. France. Then Luxembourg. The mightiest of enemies. Conquer. Belgium. Actually, probably easier if we just go for the unaligned. So yeah, Belgium, declare, conquer. Netherlands, declare, conquer. Ireland, we will probably declare war eventually, but not yet. I think it's actually going to be interesting to see what happens in there, because I'm pretty sure that the British have so many troops in Great Britain that it's just going to be overwhelming for there. Although, is there a crossing in here? There is no crossing through here. Not anymore. Or at least not in this mod. At least this version of the mod anyway. Let's go ahead and attack there. We can probably send in quite a bit of troops into Maastricht as well. We can send in 2 units of it. Oh, right, the Americans are bombing in here already. Just making sure to slow down speed 1 already, and we'll have to do a lot of orders, or give a lot of orders for the Air Force as well, which is going to slow down things. Black House Crash, never. Sure. So I don't know if anyone started attacking Luxembourg yet. Although if they haven't, we could maybe push through there. These are still moving out, although for how long, I don't know. We've got another set of mechanized troops over here, though, which we could try to bring in to punch through one of these provinces, for example. And then we've got some more infantry over here to push in as well. Set like 2 over there, another 2 over there. 1 can stay here as a reserve. Right. So that's orders for the front here for now. Well, the land orders, I suppose. Let's go ahead and do some intercepting in here. You'll do air intercept, day and night, aggressive, Actually, no, you'll go for defensive.